So today I want to do a different lighting video. Like yesterday I did a video of this thing that I homemade, a fluorescent fixture. It's still up here, still operating. So I got the transformer, and these does get warm. It's an old brick type. Anywho, as you can see, I got more. And I did get more than this. More than the one sitting in front of you here. I have this one, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a light behind me now that's homemade that is a little bit brighter than this one that I use just for lighting up. Well, the studio it actually lights up a nice aqua blue. And these all these are is black lights, like I explained, without the black coating on them. Pretty much the same thing. Anywho, I decided to pick up this one and other one, which were the only two of these I had left, and probably the only two they'll ever have left because, as you guys know, fluorescents are being, and these aren't really fluorescents, they're more neon because these are cold to cathode. As you know, neon and fluorescents are being replaced by they're being replaced by LEDs like this. This right here is what's currently replacing these. Yeah, and I don't really like that. I'm not a fan of this like LED rope stuff. I've tried out, as you can tell, I got LEDs here, LEDs there, LEDs up here. I've tried pretty much all this stuff out. But yeah, it just, doesn't really work, I'm sure, as you can tell. Let's see if I can get, light on this one. Let's turn around, see if I don't get shocked. Yeah, so it's just a nice aqua blue. These work the same exact way as black lights. There's absolutely no difference between these and black lights. But yeah, as you can tell, I got the 50 watt and the 20. Now these labels are falling off because these lights are so old. The packaging to these is even slightly yellowed. Now where I find this stuff most people are asking is, I just go to old hardware stores and I find these old lights, like the last light I filmed. Like, as you can see the back here, I'm sure none of these bug zappers really exist anymore. And if you look to the code here, I think I found it. It's a date, 1998, because all these fax numbers here have a date at the end. So this was made in 1998. This light, it was made, I don't know, 1998, but it's definitely cool. And the packaging is definitely cool, little plants. Now this is faded. This probably was a green color at one time, and that was blue. I'm sure, as you can tell, it's very old and very faded. This is really old paper. It's not new, and I'm sure that company right there no longer exists. It's kind of cool, all that old writing. Anyway, it's a very old, cool packaging. Now, here's the bulb. Of course, as you can tell, the Kelly Company catalog number, and it's got a phone number there. I'm sure if you called that number, this would not exist anymore on their thing, and that's why I picked these up. I had a bunch more of these 50 watts. I was just curious of trying them. But yeah, these were, I would say, $12-15 each, which is expensive, but the lights of these no longer exist, so most likely these will just end up sitting there until they're tossed out, because LEDs have replaced them, sadly. Like I'm saying it's not a good thing that LEDs have replaced these, because these probably at one time were awesome lamps. I mean, even in the studio here, I'm using them, and they work so well. I mean, they are pretty much black lights. See? Light it all up. And, I'm not going to fire this one up right now, but I've already tested them all with a ballast I have down there, and /transformer /ballast that I've tested with that advanced ballast. So plug it right into my socket here. But yeah, it's kind of cool how these come with the information card. Pause if you want to read any of this information. It's kind of a unique packaging, how old this is. It's like, this isn't new. This is really, really old. Sure as you can read that. Suitable for all brands, models, and related section guide of this card. So that right there is the other watt one, the 50. I don't want to break it because these, like I say, are extremely hard to find, even in other countries. You can't find these anymore. Extremely hard to find. It's kind of a unique thing that I haven't found these. Like, I was surprised. This one hadn't been opened yet, still stapled shut. But yeah, you can get an idea of what the bulb would look like. It's pretty much the same size as this one, just a little bit. This one's a lot bigger than this one. Very unique thing, and it's kind of sad to see that LED has taken over this genre because of just how interesting this is. I mean, fluorescent / neon lighting has been around forever. I mean, as you can tell on this fixture here, it has been around for, ever in the clock. Pretty much works the same way like I explained. It's kind of a unique thing. It's been around forever, and it's, slowly going away. Slowly, when you're no longer going to be seeing these anymore. In fact, the next generation that happens probably will never even see these. It's kind of a unique thing that these are even still around, and we're able to buy them. I'm happy because this is kind of a unique technology that no longer will exist. Like mercury vapor bulbs, these things are slowly starting to fade out of existence. Like this bulb, even finding this 50 watt was like really just hard to do because you can no longer find these anymore. Let's see, it's an Osram bulb, and they're even made, these ones aren't even made in Australia or even the US anymore. I got fluorescence down. I don't mind the tape on these tubes. I was doing some testing, but yeah, as you can tell. But yeah, these aren't even made anymore. This is a yellow fluorescent tube. I even have some white ones. I don't even know where the white ones are, but yeah, it's just not a good situation that all this stuff's it's not even be here. Like, I even have an example right here of this. Like, see this right here? See how the section's already failed in this? And this light here is not that old. I bought it about, I don't know, a few months back. It's already failing. I mean, some of these sections, these lights sometimes will even go a different color because, but fluorescence and neons, this is neon, this is cold cathode. These are basically all neons. They're cold cathode. And that's what's really cool about it. These are cold cathode lamps, which means they don't really burn out. They last for a long, long time. And these are handmade. Don't think you could tell, but these have a bent ridge. You see how bent down they are? These are handmade bulbs. These are not whatchamacallit bulbs. They're not hand pressed. These are real hand pressed bulbs. So they're not cheaply made. They're very well made. So you can tell I got it next to my thing. Oh, and I got something else cool to share with you guys while I'm in here. Make a 10-minute video, whatever. I'll upload it. Got this. Not sure if you guys don't know what this is, but Rammstein. See if I can, open it. Stuff smells really good. It's Rammstein cologne. I think on one he says there's a chemical makeup of it. Not that side. That side you can't really see it though. Slightly see it. But yeah. These are really rare and kind of unique too. And this is so happens to be one of my favorite bands other than some of the Japanese bands I listen to. That right there is one of my favorite bands. Anyway, this video is getting long enough, but I'm going to explain a few more topics that is interesting about these bulbs. Hot cathode lights, I'm sure you know, work with hot cathodes. Now, cold cathode lights work with one single individual electrode on each end, like these. So there'll be an electrode right here and an electrode right here. And there is no way for them to get through. Just so you guys are, if you guys are new to gas discharge lamps, probably the easiest gas discharge lamp to learn is one of these, a mercury vapor. And now these have a inner tube inside of them. It's filled with mercury, probably about that big. And there's no connection from one to the other. It's not like an incandescent or LED. It's not a chip. So you have an arc. So you have electrode here, and electrode here, and a starting electrode here, and a starting resistor, which means that it takes a lot longer for you to get a arc established. So these lights will sit and warm up for a minute while the mercury sits and warms up. And yeah, the rest of the bulb will sit and warm up until it's at full brightness and the phosphors will start illuminating. Now you can get uncoated mercury vapors, and I have videos on my channel of uncoated mercury vapor bulbs, and they produce a sickly blue-green color to them, and they're quite pleasant bulbs to look at, but they do not produce as much light as these and are not as efficient. Same thing with these, but the only difference with these is if you get clear ones, most of the time they're UVC ones, and UVC ones you can't put any fixture that anybody's gonna be under, look at, or anything. So you can't put them outside. There's several things you can't do with them. You can get clear fluorescents that aren't UVC that have a special glass, but they're extremely rare to find, like hard to find. That's why like finding these even is hard these days. Finding one of these is like so hard to do nowadays. It's like almost impossible because the coating that's on these it's a different type of coating. I mean, these have I think K22 rare earth blue phosphor, which you can't even get anymore. Same thing with neon. I'm pretty sure also these might be made out of leaded glass, which you can't even get leaded glass anymore. It's all borosilicate, which, the problem I don't want to break. Anyway, the problem I have with borosilicate glass is that it cracks. These don't crack because they're made of leaded glass. So yeah, these are a lot better made bulbs, in my opinion, than LEDs. LEDs have issues with chips going out nowadays because they're not well made. They are, to me at least, inferior. They shouldn't even be sold on the market, to my knowledge. I get that we need them in screens, for phones and computers and stuff, because technology is there, but like plasma TVs, did we use that in lighting? No, it was strictly for TVs. I believe that should be the same way. I believe that people need to have a choice for lighting, but I think that this is kind of a cool thing. Like honestly, these are 50 watt and 20 watt lamps, but like when I was there, they made 15 and 10 too, which are just too small for me. They were like, I don't know, like that U-bend. They were just tiny little lamps, and I have no use for them. I've used for long lamps like these and these long fat ones. This is actually the size of one of these T8 bulbs nearly. I actually think it is the same size as a T8. These are the size of 15 millimeter neon glass, but these are the size of T8. And you can get T8 size neon too. You can get T8 size neon glass. I think this is probably the biggest size neon glass that you can get. This is about medium size, which this is about, I think, 13 to 15. I think this is 15. I have some 15 mm neon glass downstairs that I've never really shown to anybody, but I have a bunch of sticks of neon glass. I have electrodes. I've tried making neon before. I just failed at it. But yeah, just thought I'd share this with you. The whole studio is coming along. I have my sampler up here for now because I'm not using that video filming. I got this right here, which makes beats on. I bet you guys have never actually heard this, so I'll just play a beat real quick for you guys, just to share on with you guys. I'm just sharing off my studio and everything else too. So yeah, let's keep this on. Sure you guys enjoyed that, hearing that real quick, but yeah, just thought I would go on a little rant. Plus I got my cords all tidy up here. I'm sure you can tell I got the ballast still sitting here. Oops, what'd I do? Oh, I just messed that for a second. Yeah, but then yeah, it's kind of a interesting thing, all this setup here. It's taking me a lot of work, but yeah, I think it's time to end the video here. The video's getting long enough. Anyway, guys, please comment and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.